There it is, just as I thought. Orders, jobs, profits. Do you know what that means? Well, you'll find out tonight on Neotropolis. This is not business as usual. Welcome to Neotropolis. We are not business as usual. Hi, I'm your host, Jim Evans. For decades, our region has been among the nation's leaders in manufacturing. Tonight, we'll focus on a special collaboration that is working hard and working smart to keep Northeast Ohio positioned out in front. And their focus is to help manufacturers on various platforms to connect with new supply chains and business opportunities. So here's what you do. You remain in position for more on that. First, though, we'll take a look at regional business news from the Neotropolis Good Business News Aggregator.
This is the Good Business News along the I-77 corridor for the week of June 13th. Monday's Kent Record Courier front page reports that Ravenna-based Portage Precision Polymers Incorporated will be spending over $1 million to expand its Ravenna factory. Construction is expected to start in October and will be completed by the end of the year. About 30 employees will be added to the current workforce of 52, and the company's payroll is expected to increase by $1 million. Tuesday's Cleveland Plain Dealer business section reports that on Monday, Cleveland-based Pierre's Ice Cream Company officially opened its $9.2 million, 35,000 square foot state-of-the-art factory next to its existing corporate offices and distribution center. The previous factory, built in the 1920s, was more than 600 feet away from the distribution center and required workers to flash freeze the ice cream and truck it across the parking lot to the warehouse. The new factory has doubled Pierre's capacity with extra room to grow. Wednesday's Akron Beacon Journal business section reports that U.S. Banker magazine has named Consumer Bancorp Incorporated of Minerva among the nation's top 200 community banks and thrifts. The ranking, based on a 3-year average of return on equity, puts Consumer Bancorp at 107th, jumping up 67 places since its 2010 ranking. Also, Wednesday's Akron Beacon Journal and Thursday's Cleveland Plain Dealer business sections report that Akron-Canton Airport's 2 daily nonstop flights to Milwaukee will continue. When Southwest Airlines purchased AirTran Airways, there was discussion that the flights would be discontinued, but due to market response, Southwest will not only keep the flights, but will also service them with larger jets. Thursday's Cleveland Plain Dealer front page reports that Governor Kasich and Rock Ohio Caesars, the joint venture between Rock Gaming LLC and Caesars Entertainment Corporation, have reached an agreement in building casinos in Cleveland and Cincinnati and installing slot machines at Ohio's 7 horse racing tracks. The Cleveland-based Higbee Casino is expected to open in early 2012. Thursday's Akron Beacon Journal community section reports that on Wednesday, the University of Akron's Board of Trustees agreed to purchase a 3-acre site just east of the campus's administrative offices and the National Polymer Innovation Center for $1.4 million. The site, owned by Hostess Brands of Houston, has been inactive since last year when the company moved production of Wonder Bread and Home Pride brands to a city outside of Toledo. Thursday's Akron Beacon Journal business section reports that Summa Barberton Hospital will triple the size of its current emergency room with $17.3 million worth of renovation. Pending approval from the city of Barberton, groundbreaking is expected to take place this September. This is the Good Business News along the I-77 corridor for this week. Neotropolis is your source for good business news.
How does it go? It's not what you know, but who you know. Yeah. But actually, it's both. And there's a partnership that is in the know about who to know for manufacturers in our region. We'll let you get to know more about them in a few moments. Right now, though, we'll connect with our content partner, the Business Journal. It's time for the Weekly Buzz.
I'm Michael Moliterno with the Business Journal Weekly Buzz for Youngstown and the Mahoning Valley. Accolades for the $10 million renovation project to the Youngstown YWCA. The landmark building has been transformed into an energy-efficient structure with 30 apartment units, a child care center, gymnasium, and community meeting areas. Renovation costs were underwritten by local foundations and individuals. Huntington Bank provided construction financing.
We've always had a commitment to affordable housing, and in the case of the YWCA, it's just part of what we believe is a very significant transformation of the central downtown business district.
A developer wants to turn one of downtown Youngstown's landmarks into a hotel. Dominic Marchionda of U.S. Campus Suites says he is in talks with developer Lou Frangos to purchase the 13-story WIC building on Federal Street and turn it into a boutique hotel. Should all go well, Marchionda said he could begin work on the project during the first quarter of 2012. It would be the first hotel in the city since the WIC Pollock shut down in 1998. Target is awarding $3,000 to the Second Harvest Food Bank. The money will help to support the backpack program at Campbell Elementary School, which provides food to 3rd and 4th graders to eat over the weekends and holidays. Executive Director Michael Ibarra says there are nearly 30,000 children living in poverty in the Mahoning Valley, and the funds provided by Target will help to meet the needs of those children. We'd like to give you a small preview of a new series airing Mondays on the Daily Buzz called Off the Beaten Path. This segment features Nowhere Toys and Antiques of Warren.
I was formerly a school teacher and went to college for 4.5 years, and after I was done I really was looking any way to get out of the classroom, and so I built my empire of dirt.
But in that vast empire, treasures abound.
This is the kind of stuff I like to deal in. Mint in the box, 1964 G.I. Joe, nice clean stuff. This is sellable merchandise.
How much is this worth about?
Original price $398. If I get $75 for it, I'll be happy. Early 60s, nice toy call hurler, clean condition.
And you can tell it's old because the cards are made out of metal with probably lead-based paint and everything nice and dangerous like they should be.
Correct. Nice sharp edges. Every day is a new adventure, something always walking through the door. It could be the Holy Grail, it could be a pile of junk. You just never know.
And those are this week's headlines. Be sure to watch the Buzz Newscast every business day online at businessjournaldaily.com. I'm Michael Moliterno. See you next week.
And now it's time for a Neotropolis fact.
Did you know that Northeast Ohio is ranked in the top 5 industrial markets in the U.S. with almost 10,000 manufacturing companies?
We all know how important manufacturing has been and continues to be in Northeast Ohio. And it's so crucial for continued enhancement and growth. Well, a unique collaborative is addressing that. WireNet and Magnet have teamed to form the New Markets Initiative. Their goals are to help manufacturers expand and move forward to success, along with enhancing the sustainable energy industry in the region. Jennifer Boer has got an up-close look and now shows us more about this exciting and important program.
Manufacturing has played a big role in the economy here in Northeast Ohio for years, and now 2 organizations are teaming up to connect OEMs and suppliers with emerging markets to keep them growing into the future.
OEMs are original equipment manufacturers, and together with suppliers, they make up the manufacturing industry. Steve Craig has worked in manufacturing for years and is the president of Cleveland-based Unicontrol.
Unicontrol is a manufacturer of process controls and instrumentation. We specialize in controls and instrumentation systems for heating, ventilating, and air conditioning applications.
The company has been around for decades and currently employs about 65 people, working to maintain an industry that's seen its fair share of challenges.
Well, it's been declining some. A lot of base manufacturing positions have been moved offshore or to the south. So we're looking forward to the support we get from organizations like WireNet, Magnet. There's some government programs that help manufacturers grow their business and retain jobs and add jobs in Northeast Ohio.
Programs like the New Markets Initiative, a collaborative effort between Northeast Ohio manufacturing advocacy groups Magnet and WireNet. Magnet is an acronym for Manufacturing Advocacy Growth Network, while WireNet is an economic development nonprofit. They were brought together by a mutual funder, the Cleveland Foundation, to create an initiative to connect OEMs and suppliers with emerging markets, sort of a Match.com for manufacturers.
Manufacturing was the #1 employer in Ohio for quite a few years. In Northeast Ohio, right now, healthcare has just passed manufacturing by a little bit. So manufacturing is still the #2 employer in this area.
According to Ty Haynes, Vice President of Manufacturing Services for WireNet, there are over 7,000 manufacturing locations in the 7 Northeast Ohio counties, proving it's still a very important industry. But the goal of the new initiative is to increase growth and profitability in other markets.
Northeastern Ohio manufacturers need additional new markets to go to. We've been heavily dependent on automotive for a number of years and a few other industries, so we need to diversify and get into some new markets that have more growth potential than just automotive.
We came up with between 7 and 10 using research that Magnet had done, WireNet had done, and supplemented with some work with the University of Akron. The markets that bubbled up to the top that looked like most of our manufacturers could have a position in, they include medical, aerospace, solar photovoltaic, that's the solar cells that you see for alternative energy, as well as the water market.
According to Ty, the New Markets Initiative was originally designed about 6 years ago.
I'd started it out with the wind turbine supply chain, and we found out with the wind turbine supply chain is it grew outside of this area, so that when we were working with the OEMs and their needs, we found out that trying to make huge wind parts, not every shop here in Northeast Ohio could accommodate their needs. So it grew statewide, region-wide, nationally, and it's called GLWN now, and we market that as a global wind network.
Ty explains that the initiative used that pilot program to combine their knowledge of resources, the markets, relationships with the OEMs, along with a searchable database that allows them to zone in on the capabilities of manufacturers and match them with the specific requirements of the OEMs.
The contract manufacturers are all very excited because they see new work being able to come to them through the initiative. For OEMs, they get excited because they see an opportunity to find new and better suppliers easier and faster than they've been able to do in the past. Particularly, we found for the small to medium-sized OEMs in Northeastern Ohio, the companies that aren't so large that they have their own supply chain development people. So they would find our database and our access to other suppliers very helpful because it allows them to find people very quickly, and also companies that have been certified.
When we take the capabilities of WireNet's grassroots history and way of operating, especially with the smaller to mid-sized manufacturers, we have a wonderful synergy with Magnet in that Magnet has a great product development capability. Magnet has wonderful consulting resources.
Along with being president of Unit Control, Steve has also been a member of WireNet for 3 years and serves on the board. He says some companies, including his own, have been traditionally focused on mature markets, and a program like this will help them identify and grow into emerging markets that would offer greater opportunities.
Well, we're looking at it. Yeah, it's a new program for WireNet and Magnet. It's just being rolled out currently, but I've attended a couple of the workshops that they've introduced the program for, and it looks very interesting.
We've had really good reaction. We just did our kickoff events at the end of March. We did one in North Canton as well as one in Independence. They were well attended, and our feedback on those was super.
And manufacturers are already getting connected at these events, which is leading to more work.
There was one company, Grade Tech, that I was speaking to our audience before the event started, and I found out, oh, you have this capability. Well, one of my OEM speakers has a need. We actually match those companies up right there at that event, and a purchase order has been placed.
With most of all these kinds of initiatives that have happened here in this state and other states that we're aware of, the program gets limited to basically the amount of marketing you can get out there. If people don't know about it, they don't know to register. So the faster we can get the New Markets Initiative publicized and get the website out there. So you can go to the website and just log in today and register your company. There's no real restrictions for anything.
The companies are then included in an online searchable database.
The database is a big part of it. It's not the only part of it, but it's kind of the glue, if you will, that'll hold it all together. So the idea is to get a lot of companies into the database, both suppliers and OEMs. We need to get the suppliers in because we need the catalog of the resources and capabilities so that the OEMs can quickly and rapidly resource the suppliers that they're looking for. And we need the OEMs in so that we can make the direct connections between the suppliers and the OEMs faster and easier.
Steve says he sees the potential in the initiative to help out his own company.
We build controls and instrumentation products for heating, ventilating, and air conditioning business. And so energy use is a big part of our business. Traditionally, we've been focused on fossil fuel, the combustion process in boilers and ovens. So some of the emerging markets there might be biomass-fired equipment, biofuels for boilers and other combustion applications. And this is one of the areas that we're looking into.
And that's what it's all about for the New Markets Initiative, helping manufacturers discover new options and increase their productivity in Northeast Ohio.
And one of the things that we've got coming up in July is a 2-day, basically, wind conference for this area. It's a national program. It's going to be attracting both the OEMs and the suppliers and putting them together, which is a great opportunity. The whole essence of what we're trying to do with the New Markets and GLWN is to grow jobs in this area, grow the profits for these manufacturers.
So far, several hundred manufacturers just like this one are included in that New Markets Initiative database, and they're hoping the number will continue to increase over the next few years. In Cleveland, I'm Jennifer Boris for Western Reserve PBS.
With the help of New Markets Initiative, manufacturers can only benefit for the future. And with that, it's time now for Into the Future.
Into the future.
Hi, I'm Gary Wakeford, president of Synchro Medical Innovations, proudly based in Youngstown, Ohio. Synchro Medical is dedicated to enhancing the healing hands of medicine. And this is not just a slogan or a tagline. This is who we are and what we do. As a company, we have dedicated ourselves to meeting the enteral nutritional needs of the critically ill patient. We believe as a category, most companies have significantly ignored this market segment, and no one has brought innovation or technology and applied it to the very real challenges that are found within the critical care units. Synchro Medical's flagship product, the Synchro Blue Tube, is a magnetically guided small bowel feeding tube. We simply use the invisible power of magnets to allow the physician and the clinician to easily and successfully advance the tube into the proper position. This is a significant problem that has historically met with very low success rates at the bedside level. In addition, we have already demonstrated internally that the Synchro Blue Tube and its magnetic technology, with a slight insertion revision, can be used to eliminate a very serious complication of feeding tubes entering the trachea and/or lung as opposed to the stomach. This complication happens in 2% of the time with over 6 million feeding tubes placed per year. It causes the U.S. healthcare system hundreds of millions of dollars and actually directly relates to over 5,000 deaths a year within the United States. Internal clinical studies indicate that our technology can be used to eliminate this very serious complication. If you would like to learn more about Synchro Medical and who we are and what we're doing, please visit our website at www.synchromedical.com.
We are at that point now where we give you the rundown on the financial field. And the experts at NCA Financial Planners are here now to do that with a stock wrap.
This week's local company stock spotlight is E.W. Scripps Company. The E.W. Scripps Company is a diverse media business with interests in newspaper publishing, broadcast television stations, and licensing and syndication. Although Scripps is headquartered in Cincinnati, this global media company got its start in Cleveland and continues to be a large presence throughout Ohio. In 1878, Edward W. Scripps borrowed $10,000 from his brothers to launch America's first information revolution. His newspaper, the Penny Press, named for its affordable price, quickly became the model for the nation's first mass medium. From Cleveland, Scripps took the formula to dozens of other cities, building one of the first newspaper chains under common ownership. Over 100 years later, Scripps operates daily and community newspapers in 14 markets and 10 broadcast stations. It also operates Scripps Howard News Service and United Media, the worldwide syndication home of Dilbert, Marmaduke, and 150 other features and characters. Scripps has approximately 4,800 employees. Pro forma revenue in 2010 was $777 million. Approximately 56% came from newspapers, 41% from local TV and internet, and 3% from United Media. The E.W. Scripps Company is traded on the New York Stock Exchange under the symbol SSP. Back to you, Jim.
Thanks, Aaron. Well, it's always a healthy market when it comes to culture and entertainment in Northeast Ohio. And we have the guy who is connected to the supply chain on that. Cool Cleveland's Thomas Mulready joins us now to tell you about some other events that are going on in Neotropolis this weekend. What we're talking about is the business of fun.
Hey, it's Thomas Mulready from CoolCleveland.com, and this week we want to talk about all the great farmers markets that we have throughout the region in every county of Northeast Ohio. And these are great because they come around about once every week or so, same time every week. They go all throughout the summer. In fact, some of them are year-round. You're getting fresh fruits and vegetables, something nice. In our part of the world, we have so many farms in this region that this whole concept of farm to table is really taken off. So we've got these in every community throughout Northeast Ohio. Today we're in Lakewood at the LEAF, or Lakewood Earth and Food Community. This is a farmer's market, and you also can get a share where you pay in advance, and you don't know what you're going to get, but it's certainly fresh. They do this every Wednesday from 5:30 to 8. Also in Cuyahoga County, the North Union Farmers Market at Shaker Square, Saturday from 8 to noon, and they do run that one year-round. They take it indoors in the winter. The Green Road Farmers Market is on Thursdays from 2 to 7. And then in Summit County, there's a market at Lock 3. That's on Friday from 11 to 1:30. And then in Stark County, Jackson Township Farmers Market is on Thursdays from 3 to 6. And in Lorain County, the Oberlin Farmers Market, that runs Saturdays from 9 to 1. So take your pick. And you know, we have so many of these. We're going to continue next week and maybe the week after and give you a complete rundown of some more farmers markets. This is Thomas Mulready from CoolCleveland.com. Have a great week in Neotropolis.
As we leave you, keep in mind there are things that you can do to help the Northeast Ohio economy. All you have to do is get out to any of the events Thomas told us about and make your investment in fun. You can also position yourself out there and make your brilliant comments about the Northeast Ohio economy to the people in your collaborative and tell them to spread the word. Also, remember to log on to our website, neotropolis.org, and tell us what you think. I'm Jim Evans. We'll see you next week on Neotropolis, not business as usual.
Funding for Neotropolis has been provided by the Burton D. Morgan Foundation, committed to the free enterprise system.
First Place Bank is proud to sponsor Neotropolis. As a community bank, First Place Bank believes we are only as strong as the communities we serve. Locally owned businesses are the cornerstone of our communities. We concentrate on helping local businesses make the most of their resources through a variety of services delivered with a community banking touch.
The Dominion Foundation. Jumpstart, working with entrepreneurs to accelerate the growth of their high-potential businesses to create a more prosperous economic future for Northeast Ohio. Youngstown Business Incubator, and Nortec.
Next week on Neotropolis, more buzz, stock wrap, and into the future. Find out who is not doing business as usual. Now stay tuned for Newsnight.